Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Goodness, I apologize in advance for my voice. It was first night of Pride last night, and it was really loud. I was volunteering, working for a booth, one of our local support organizations, and had to talk over some really loud music. And I'm afraid I shot my voice all the heck. So I apologize in advance. Let's see how we do. Do my best as always, and that's all any of us can do is our best. And this is one of the things that yoga wants us to do all the time, our best. It doesn't necessarily mean we go beyond what we can do, right? It's not that we do what we can't somehow, right? You know, you have to make effort to, for anything, to get better, quote unquote, at anything. Physically, with exercise, flexibility, strength, playing the piano, drawing, riding a bicycle. You practice, you practice, you practice. Right? Do your homework, math, the language, any of it. The more you review, the more you practice, the more you do your times tables. I know the kids don't do times tables anymore. It drives me nuts. Anyway, I'm old. But that's how we do it. We practice. And we make our effort. Again, you wouldn't hand a child paper to have them do homework on the quadratic equation when they're just learning 2 times 2 equals 4. Right? We don't start people in headstands in a yoga class, in a beginner's yoga class. And some people do. They try. And it never works. It just makes people frustrated. Our practice is about being fully who we are now. Not who we've been told to be in the past or in the future, but who we are, right? And of course, this resonates with me. This message resonates with me personally on multiple levels. A lot of you know, right? I have spent a great deal of my life trying to be something I'm not. And it's not been fun, right? But anyway, I don't want to get into too much. Where'd that soapbox come from? I don't want to get into too much into it because we're here for yoga. You're here for yoga. But that's part of it, right? Your best effort is all. This is the true you. Not a you that is necessarily super flexible, doing something fancy, but the you that's making the full effort for you. Let's do that. Starting seated. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need some water. At some point, I think. Here we go. So, alright. And don't quit, don't hurt yourself. Again, you hear me say it all the time. But it bears repeating. Because all of what I was talking about before, there's a tremendous pressure, both from within and from without, to match. Right? To be able to, this idea that you have to have a certain level of flexibility in yoga. You have to be able to achieve certain things in order to be considered good at it. This is not true. Right? Male figure has to be a certain shape. The female figure has to be a certain shape. This is a much grander, bigger idea. And again, we all know humans come in a much bigger variety than the cartoon shows. and the comic books, right? Pick any popular, considered attractive actor or actress. Pick several. Stand them all next to each other. And you'll notice a wide variety of heights, shapes, sizes, builds, what have you. Ideals like that. Goodness, there it goes. Are difficult to maintain. Not everybody fits. Here's the thing, you don't have to fit. This is what yoga teaches us. This is your practice. At any point, it's your best effort. You are achieving the same thing as the person who's either gone further, because they have more space to move, more strength, or not so far as you. But the effort's full, complete. You've got it. Put your hands in front now, open the eyes. If you got them closed, let's exhale forward where we can. And breathe. So again, this best effort. Does your head come to the floor? So what if it does or doesn't? This is you. You're the fullness of your expression of yourself. Inhale out without outside definitions. All of this comes strictly from within. Twisting to the right. Back of your left hand towards your right knee. Right hand in beside you. Up we go. Exhale, twist. Breathe. Oh my goodness. Squeaky, squeaky. That's my voice, not my back. Inhale, untwist. Left hand beside us, right arm up, big arching. Here again, this is yours. Exhale it on. So yeah, there are certain things we all need to do, right? I mean, when we're driving somewhere, stay in your lane, right? Keep this alignment here so the work is concentrated. But whether you get a big opening or not, the curve in the opposite side, that's yours. There's a range in there for all of us where we can go. Inhale out. And we go there, and we're done. Back of the right hand towards the left knee, left hand in beside us, up. And we exhale, twisting, breathing. All the way through. A calm breath. It's your breath. I know. Here we go again. Heard it before. The pace of your breath is yours. And we need to be reminded sometimes. This is why we come back to it regularly. Why you hear it all the time. And there's a lot of noise out there trying to say it needs to be a certain way. When it doesn't, inhale, untwist. Left arm up, right hand here, and exhale. Breathe. Inhale up. Fingertips by the hip joints, we lean back. Shoulders broad, middle strong. Inhale up. One last little arch here. Again, we all keep the abs working so the pelvis doesn't tip so nothing gets pinched. The actual curve itself is yours. Alright? And the alignments we bring into this are about the safety of it and directing the work efficiently. Helping us focus our minds, too, into our practice. Exhale up. Right? Again, how perfectly linear alignment is does not define our practice. Keep that breath calm now. We're going to roll forward onto our ankle, over our crossed ankles. Sorry, goodness. Hands and knees. There we go. Oh my gosh. Shoulders above the wrist, hips above the knees. 1 foot back. We find our plank in with a slight flex to the knees as we need. Push down firm through the thumbs, the base of the first finger. As you roll the elbows forward, turning the shoulders out, spread your shoulder blades and exhale to downward facing dog. And whoa. Oh my gosh. And we inhale back to our plank for a moment or 3. A little extra strength here. Keeping those legs working. Middle strong. And we exhale back. Downward facing dog. Whoa. And inhale down. Hands and knees. Uncurl your toes. Now, we're going to come down in onto our forearms here, and we're going to do a half scorpion with a slight twisting. Okay? And we'll go from there. Now, so, onto your forearms. So we got a little back arch here. There's also a little hip opening. And again, continuing the awareness of this strength. We're going to do the left side first, just because that side got turned towards you. Okay, so your palms are flat. Elbows line up with the wrists, all the way through. Elbows underneath the shoulders, hips above the knees. We inhale, arching the chest forwards. It's small, right? Again, that's the point. It's small. Inhale, left knee up. Goodness. Breathe. Now, as part of this, part of the work we're doing here, I want you to really be aware now of action in the upper inner right thigh. There's a direction to the left here as we begin to turn our left hip up. So we don't want to let the weight shift back. Push it forward, if you will, keeping that arch growing. And we take a little twist into this back arch. Breathing. Nice and calm here. Again, I know I'm talking off the soft. I'm trying best I can. And we inhale. We're going to come back down. Exhale. Drop your head for breath. Let the spine round up slightly. Or not. It's up to you. And back. Okay, let's do the other side. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Again, feel the left thigh work. The strength of that. Inhale back. And we kind of let that one go a little bit. I'm going to give it a moment longer before we come down. Just to find that arch again. There we go. Then we're going to exhale down. Okay. Again, a little bit. This time though, let's bring those knees and ankles together and exhale back. Let the arms extend, slide a bit. Then hit will. Downward facing dog. Goodness. Child's pose. Yeah. And we inhale up. Shoulders above the wrists. Excuse me. Gosh, I need tea. Now, one foot back, and then the other. And exhale, down dog. Big leans back. Inhale, hands and knees. Okay. Now, here's what we got. Okay, so we're going to come into a side plank version of half moon balance. We're going to put some strength inside. We're going to do one side and then do a few other things as part of it and then come back down and do the other. So you're aware. All right, so again, that same work in the inner thigh is a part of this. And it's going to help with your alignment to maintain it. All right, so we're going to kneel a little bit. You want to fold your mat up, feel free. Right hand stays on the floor. You got to go to your forearm. That's fine. Either way, wrist, elbow, lining up, right knee, right toes. A little length here, just a little bit to keep it aligned as we turn. So, what we've got here, get the left foot flexed, very active. That heel lines up, right knee, right toes, right wrist. So now, with some ab strength, you gotta feel it. We're gonna turn open. And this is where that movement here comes in. There it is. That helps bring this up, and that makes this whole thing line up. So we can now extend that out. We flex the toes, feel the links, and let the leg raise. Get some strength lifting, but there's also extension. And the more you line this up, okay, the steadier and stronger it's going to get. Breathe. That still work. Still wobbly, right? I'm feeling it. Done this a bunch this week. Now we're going to try to leave this leg extended. This is up to you. You need to put the knee down quicker, do so. Let's inhale around. Just a little length there. I'm going to let the left toes come down. Take your right foot back. Exhale, down dog. And then inhale to step your right foot into your lunge. And we turn our left foot and up we press. Okay, now. Oh my gosh, there it goes. I'll figure it out in a minute. So, Trikonasana, Parvita Trikonasana. So we've got a big release of some of that strength into our triangle pose. So then you're going to come back to the work, the strength in the lower abdomen, the pelvis, and the turn of that into a big twist. So, triangle pose, revolve triangle. Here we go. Go where you can. Ankles underneath the wrists, or as close to that as you can. Your arms are very actively extended. Left heel slightly back. Again, we want to line it up once more. The alignment is not the be-all, the end-all of this, but it helps. And it's not perfectly straight. No human being is. Exhale, extend. Retreat. And so this movement here, all the way across, goes forward. And breathe. Inhale up. Okay, so now I'm going to put my back to you just for a moment here, okay? The big swinging twist. Left hand comes up. Keep that right hand long. Turn and extend as you exhale. Right? So this reaching motion is also part of your twist. Now I'm going to turn super quick. You don't have to. It's just to make it easier for me to talk. So you see how this length builds. There's a backwards movement of the right hip, a forwards movement of the left. Left hand down. Reaches the floor. Not. It's okay. Just like regular Trikonasana triangle pose, you do not have to touch the floor. It's a big length. It's a lot of work. I know. Inhale and untwist. As you come up, use your hand, it's okay. Once you're upright, little flex to the right knee, step your left foot up. What? Goodness. Now, we're going to do something real simple. Right? A half lotus balance. That's it. A little opening in the right hip because we're going to stand on the left leg. So you notice we're putting a lot of work into both the inner legs and the outer legs, alternating a bit. Well, that's been plenty in the right, because we've done a lot with the front right leg. So let's get that weight even. Feel your middle work. And we're just going to lift the right heel for a moment and then exhale. Now as high as you are comfortable. Okay? Bend that knee. Slight flex the toes. We turn our thigh. Now, this hand over or under. I like over. It's up to you. You can stop here. This is a half lotus balance. Don't let that tip. Back to that little work. As we extend. And we breathe. You believe it? Wow. Oh, there it goes. Doesn't that feel good? I hope so. Feels good to me. I do a lot of this though. So there's a lot of it that feels good to me that maybe doesn't feel good to you. There's plenty of stuff I do in yoga that I'm like, this is not fun. But that's part of it. Sometimes we have to do things that aren't fun, that aren't pleasant, but have to be done. Inhale up. A lot of those things, though, we discover that some of that discomfort is more of our fear of it than the actual discomfort. And it's still hard. I know. Sometimes we can deal with it more than we realize. All right, let's go back the way we came and do the other side. Standing back arch here. Standing locust pose. Keep that work. Sweep the arms up. I want you to bring them in front instead of out. Because it's so easy to tip. Tuck it, tuck it, tuck it. And we get a big inhale. And exhale to fold. Palms down. Inhale. Left foot back. Exhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, hands and knees. Alright, so again, we're going to come back. Kneeling, side plank, half moon balance. Again, so we're on the left knee this time. And the left hand. Again, it still lines up. And the right heel comes back. Again, line it up. Look back. See. It's okay. Push forward. Tuck your chin. Shoulders broad. Reach. Extend. and down. Oh, I almost forgot. Again, I didn't want to do it either. If you can, this is just a little extra core work here. Because we've got some work here. Get in that link. Then we put the right foot on. There we go. And then the left foot goes back. And then we exhale. Down. Alrighty. And inhale the left foot forward. Turn your right foot and up. Okay, so triangle pose, revolve triangle, out of that half lotus balance. Okay, that's enough, right? Oh my goodness. We'll get it. I promise. Goodness. I think these don't quite fit anymore. Exhale, extend. Again, the alignment, make it part of your awareness. And again, it's not all about how far. It's not all about how lined up. Right? Again, everything's curved in the human. Got a lot of range in here too. The length of your arms, your legs, the distance from hip to shoulder. All of that is going to affect so much of this. And the day too, some days I put my hand on the floor quite easily. Today, not so much. Right? You can hear my voice. I was standing on concrete for several hours last night. Again, like I said, volunteering at the Pride Festival with one of our local organizations. It's been a big part of my family for a while now. Happy to do it. But I'm feeling it this morning. My feet hurt, quite honestly. I thought I had good shoes on. Inhale up. Bring those hips level. And go. Big twist. Revolve triangle. Exhale. Use your hands as you need. Inhale. Feel that work. Feel that work. Oh my gosh. Little flex. Right foot up. Oh. Whoa. Again. It happens. It's cool. Right? We lose our balance. We get distracted. Refocus. Here we go. So, right foot, half lotus balance. Again, we brought a lot of awareness to the inner thigh string, the action of that. Keep with it. Right? I know it's weird. Right? Focus on that work. We try to get all this weight, and these muscles move easier. But this is what will make the balance steady. Right? Well, maybe you agree with me because it's true. I got this. Been at this a little while. Alright, so again, find the space here. Does this knee point further down than the right one? Fine. Is this side harder? Fine. It doesn't have to match. This is your body. This is your being. Full and complete you. Right? There's no good, there's no bad here. This is yours. There's no judgment, no rule, no law that says this knee has to point exactly as the other one did. Nowhere. Kneel up. And down. Nowhere. Anywhere. Right? Legally, socially, morally, wherever. Despite what anybody tries to tell you. And yet, it's metaphor. You know what it's for. Flex those knees. Easy fold. We're coming into our toe balance now. Lift those heels, let those knees go forward. Strong, strong, strong. Up we come. And we breathe. Very nice. Let's shift the weight forward. Oh gosh, that feels good. Now work my arches open. I hope it does for you too. We're gonna lean and sit down. Boom. Hooray us. Okay, now another twist. Okay. We're gonna do a revolved heron pose now. So we're gonna add leg extension and some twisting. And then we're gonna come into some hip opening work as well. So now again, nothing fancy. We do this pretty regularly. Let's take those legs long. Sit pretty tall. Bring the left foot up. We're just going to turn that way because that's the side I happen to sit towards you, right? Okay. And we push. Now here's the main thing with this one, right? This is an extending action of the leg. Don't try to lift up. It does not matter how close to your chest your knee gets, how close to your forehead your shin gets. We do want to sit pretty tall though. So there's some core work here. Exhale, twist. There's always core work, right? Getting the surgery scheduled. It's involved discussing things with the pelvic area and the nurse involved, and she's like, "Now, once you start to recover, and it's gonna be a while. Don't worry." She's like, "Somewhere down the road, you recover. Don't do anything that'll activate your core." And I'm looking at her going, "I did tell you what I do for a living, right?" The other part of me is also thinking, it's like, how do you not activate your core? I mean, those muscles do so much for us. Every day, all day, even if we're not necessarily like really clenching them up, doing ab work, but they're there all the time. I'm not going to enjoy it. I can already tell. The recovery part. Let's inhale and untwist. Okay, now, I'm going to turn here slightly. And we're going to come into a cradle pose. Now this, flex your toes, bend your left knee, and rotate. Boom. Woo! Bring your left hand up. Now, sometimes I have you wrap your arms around. We're just going to leave the hands out here. Oh, excuse me. Today, focus on the sense of length here. How this movement brings that closer, right? And exhale forward. Boom. Boom. Heck yeah. Let's try the other side. Oh my goodness. So again, a revolved heron into a cradle pose. Right? Now, go where you can. You may not be able to hold your heel and extend your leg. If it's all twisted out, do this. But don't lift. Focus the work in. This is an extending of the leg. Right arm out. And we exhale. And twist. Boom. I don't know why I keep saying boom. It's okay. And we inhale and twist. And turn. Lean it back. I just caught myself doing it. It's easy to do. Full effort. And exhale forward. Because we're partially going to release some of that space there. Now, right leg down. Okay. Baddha Konasana. Here's again. Feet together, heels in. Oh my gosh. Again. Right? We've been doing this since kindergarten, right? Hands underneath little toes again. Ankles in. Turn the thighs. Sit tall. Exhale, extend. Right? Again. Why do the same thing over and over again? Well, practice. We know this. We have to repeat things. Some people get it quicker than others. Still needs to be practiced, even if you've got it, to maintain it. Right? Yeah, I know you probably get back on riding a bicycle pretty easily, but anyway. Excuse me. So, but once more, bears repeating. This work is not about how close to the floor our knees get. When we're kids, we flap our legs and, call it the butterfly and all that kind of stuff. As you get older, this is less about that and the awareness of the movement left and right, the opening that happens. Right? It's okay. You're reminded that there's a range here for all of us. There's a point where none of us will go any further. Perhaps that is because we've run our knees into the floor. Or more likely, the thigh bones hit the hip bone and it's not going any further. Hands away, exhale, extend your leg. Okay, Paschimottanasana, double leg forward fold. Now again, let your knees come up a little bit. Legs don't have to be perfectly flat. Your spine doesn't have to stay perfectly flat. In fact, it can't. The only thing that has to happen is we're going to make sure we don't let the knees or the thighs roll open. And we keep our chest open as we exhale and extend into Paschimottanasana where we can. Right. Reach your feet, reach your ankles, reach your knees, reach wherever. Get there and breathe and let yourself open. Inhale up. And breathe now. Okay, now let's lie back. Lie down. All the way. That was good. Now, I'm going to come into a whole sequence here. You've got a twist, a hip opening, and a secondary twist. Now, we did this recently. In fact, just last week. No, not last week. So, anyway. No, yeah, last week. Here we go. So, now, nothing fancy here with this. So, we got the knees and ankles closed. Left knee over the right. Turn the thigh in. Flex the toes. Middle strong. We're rolling onto the outer edge. Excuse me, goodness, something itchy. The right foot. And we twist where we can. There we go. Now, next inhale, let's untwist. Alright, now, so we're going to come into a reclined cradle here. Flex your toes. Slide that ankle over so it's just below the right knee. And turn your left thigh out. Take your left hand to do this, okay? Right hand reaches around. Strong middle. Exhale, pull in. Keep your back long. And whether your hand is here or the shin, this is up to you. Breathe now. And we inhale, and the right foot comes down. Now leave it like this. Arms re-extend. Okay, so we're going to do this basically a revolved heron pose. Not heron, a revolved cradle pose. Good grief. Work there. Exhale, turn. Your left thigh stays rolling out, even as the left hip comes over. Again, go where you can, and breathe. And we inhale and untwist carefully. And the right foot down. Very good. Let's do the other side. Uncross your legs for a moment. Now, sometimes in all that twisting, we get a little out of alignment. Make sure your things are nice and long, right? Where it works for you. Right knee over your left. Again, we get it tight here. Close as you're comfortable. Flex the toes. We keep the right shoulder down the exhale. Now we roll left. Outer edge of the left foot. And we breathe. And we inhale and untwist. Okay. In, we start some hip opening. Roll that out. In, reclined cradle pose. Right hand. Now, no, even if you're like really got this one down. Sometimes I have you put both hands here. I want you to leave this here. So we're really concentrated in this, the length here through the outside of it. Exhale. Right. This actually using the hand helps relax that a little bit. You know, your thigh muscle doesn't have to do quite as much work. So maybe that space deepens. Maybe not. Again, maybe it's just annoying. Maybe you prefer that extra pressure. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you're allowed. And we inhale. Boom, boom. And revolved cradle. Exhale. Again, inhale, untwist. Boom. Okay, excellent work, everybody. Let's uncross the legs. I'm going to bring those knees and ankles close together. Exhale, pull in again. So we're just going to establish the length of the spine here for a moment. That feels good. Yeah, now let's let the feet come down with our next inhale. We're going to step on one. Now we're coming into a bridge pose. So the heels in as close as you can get. Knees as stacked above the ankles as possible. Again, heels just a bit wider than the hips. Doesn't matter how much, just where it works for you. I'm going to press the palms flat. Shoulders brought again. Once more again. How much you curve is yours. You're moving away from your hips, though, towards the wall behind you. Up towards the ceiling where it meets that wall. So it's not straight up. It's up and back. A little strength in there. Inhale hard. And go where you can. All the way. My goodness gracious. I'm going to have to stop talking for a while once I'm done teaching. As you all know, it's very difficult for me to not talk about yoga. I do a lot of it, as you can imagine. Exhale, hips go to the heels. Alright, knees and ankles together. Alright, so I'm going to finish up here. Pair up a couple of reclined leg extensions. We're going to start with a very basic reclined Uttanasana. Knees and ankles close. Bring the knees in. Hands to the backs of the thigh. Again, not up into the knee. Don't let the legs extend the arms with just their weight. And then we extend the legs. Okay, now you can be done here. If you're ready to deepen a bit, exhale, press down. Now don't move your hands. Right, so you may not get real far. This is okay. It's not about how far. Awareness of the movement. Now we're going to deepen this. If we can, again, if you've reached, this is your limit, you go where you can. Slide the hands along. Now as you do this, we're going to stop pulling as soon as we begin to move. If your fingers reach all the way to your heels, your elbows might start to flex a bit. Again, not to pull down, but to continue to guide the legs over us. Small of the back might curve up a little bit. Keep as much of the spine down as possible. Shoulders nice and broad. The shoulder blades as much to the floor as possible. So, I'm going to start calling this a reclined Paschimottanasana as opposed to the reclined Uttanasana, just to make a sense of the difference in movement, because that's basically what we're doing. Next inhale. Bringing the hands back to the thigh. Let that weight go into them again. Inhale, bend your knees. Now let the backs of the hands rest on the floor. The palms face up. And this is the part where you really need to do, because if you leave your hands flat, your brain, no matter who you are, thinks you're going to push up. So your shoulders won't relax. So now, that can feel odd. If you need to shift your arms around a bit, do so until it's as comfortable as you can get. Your knees do not have to straighten. The distance between the feet is up to you. If you wish to let the legs extend, go for it. Close your eyes and let yourself release. Now, again, this is still your practice, still your body. Your best effort. Your calm. Right? Your muscles may not relax that much. It's okay. It's something you have to practice. It took me years to be able to extend my legs. It used to bug the crap out of me. Right? Sneak a glance around the room and everybody, like, I'm the only one with my knees bent. I've been doing this for ages. What the heck? I must stink at this. Well, that was almost 30 years ago. Right? I've been at this a long time now. My practice has ebbed and flowed. My strength has ebbed and flowed. My flexibility, same thing. I'm human, just like everybody else. Years ago, I went to a yoga conference, took a class, basically a whole bunch of yoga classes. And Shavasana came around, and the teacher, the instructor, was walking around the room adjusting people in Shavasana. One foot was wider out from the hips than the other. Spine was a little curved. All of these things. But here's the thing, right? Think about it. If you have a hip impingement, one foot is probably not going to go wider than the other. If someone forces that out, it won't relax because it's not ready to. If you have a scoliosis, a tendency for the spine to curve one side or the other, trying to pull that straight is not going to relax you. Right? It takes years of chiropractic work. And even then, it's still probably never going to be uncurved. In fact, we're not uncurved, ever. Again, be true to yourself. Best way you can into the alignment that works for you. So if your knees are bent because it's uncomfortable to lie flat, then you bend your knees. Again, the only real alignment that really needs to be there is the back of the hand on the floor and the eyes closed. And the body will relax then. The more focused you can stay, and again, that takes practice too. Some people's brains wander a lot. Some people just will fall asleep. Right? It's okay. Do your best. This is all you have to do. It's a lot. I know. Sometimes we're capable of more than we realize. It's pretty cool. And flex your fingers now. And flex your toes. Be activating yourself calmly. The wrists will bend in the ankles. And let your elbows flex back and forth. And your knees a bit. Your next inhale reaches the arms long past your ears. Let your legs extend they weren't already, they are. Maybe give them a little bit extra. Let those heels drift off the floor. And the right arm by the ear, the left knee bends. We're going to exhale and roll to the right, all the way. And we press up. Find a comfortable seated position, letting the hands come together, the thumbs touching the chest. Smile real big. You are amazing. Thank you. Namaste. All right. Thank you all so much. Okay, here we go. So, all the usual caveats. If you have questions, do not hesitate to leave me a comment on this video or send me a message. I'm happy to answer. Now, on the videos, they only stay up so long anymore. I move them once a month, so all of June's videos will go into my YouTube channel, OMGURL40. They're on YouTube, OmGirl40. 40 and yeah. Anyway, so the next step, I've got a year's worth already. Go in and check them out. Again, this is donation based. Everything you win, it's your choice, right? Whatever you think is fair, it's appreciated. I mean, there's Venmo links, CashApp links, PayPal links. Again, I appreciate it. Whatever you care to donate. I am a professional at this. I do like to make money, but I understand also that it can be difficult. So that's why this is still here. Okay. And I'll be back next weekend. Ay. Hopefully my voice will be back. It's been so weird. Anyway, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Happy Pride. And we'll see you soon. Bye.